some of them are, see, in a tradition it says that there are continuously 30 people with the 12th Imam. Their life is like mine and yours. When one dies, another one is replaced. Now that I'm on this, I'll mention the story. One of them, if you remember, in Qom, in the last days, was a guy called Ja'far Mujtahidi. Ja'far Mujtahidi was from the 30 people of the 12th Imam. Right? One dies, another one is replaced. Had hair down to there. Nice big beard. Looked like a dervish. His signature was Ya Ali. But he was one of the 30 of the 12th Imam. Said Tabatabai, says Dr. Tabatabai, who's in this day and age is in Tehran at the moment, is a doctor. At the time he says I was in Germany and I was there doing my, you could say his, when a doctor is training, it slips my mind what the word is. If one of you can remember, tell me. What is it known as? Residency, that's right. So here the doctor is doing his residency in Germany. It's a really good word, that is. Residency, right? So he's doing his residency in Germany. He's alive today. He says, and Ja'far Mujtahidi maybe died about 15, 17 years ago. He got a letter. That letter was from Ja'far Mujtahidi. He says, son, can you come to so-and-so location? I'm over there. This guy's thinking, man, Ja'far Mujtahidi had a stroke. He's paralyzed. What's he going to be doing in Germany? What's the story here? He says, this is the exact person, eyewitness account. He says it was a cold day and I went there. When I went there, there was a small mountain and you had to drive up. And it was very difficult, so I was thinking of walking. And at the top I saw Ja'far Mujtahidi was there. He says, say Ya Ali and come to the top. He says, I said Ya Ali, became easier, I went to the top. He goes, when I got there, I went into a house and I saw that there was a woman, old lady, German lady, and she was running around Ja'far Mujtahidi. And at that moment, I saw a young man who I could see has just recovered from illness. So I asked her, I said, look, I said in German, I said, look, what's the story here? She replied, she says, my son had cancer and he was dying. My son was so sick that I knew he was going to die. She said, I didn't have anyone else. I don't have anyone. My husband has died. I don't have any brothers, sisters. So I was very upset. But I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. So because of that, she said, one night I said, Lady Mary, I've lost everyone. I only have one son. Imagine, the love of a son doesn't change in 1400 years. She says, I've only got one son. I'm an old woman. I can't live without my son. In the next couple of nights, you'll see there's a lady called Layla. She says the same thing. I said, son, without you, I can't live. Mother's nature doesn't change in 1400 years. She says, she looks up and she says, look, I can't live without my son. I was calling Mary, calling her. That night when I went to sleep, I saw a dream. In that Lady Mary came. She says, please save my son. Lady Mary replies, she goes, I can't do that. She says, what do you mean you can't do that? Your son raised the dead. Can you not help my son? She says, no. Because in this day and age, Sahib Amr is the final prophet. Sahib Amr is the son of Fatima. So she remembered, she says, who is it? He says, that person is called the Mahdi. So she begins to recite, Muhammad, Fatima, Mahdi. Muhammad, Fatima, Mahdi. Muhammad, Fatima, Mahdi. She wakes up in the morning, there's a knock on the door. She opens it. She says, this old man with long hair, this one that you're seeing with a long beard, he walked into the house as if he knew what my house was. He walked all the way to where my son was lying. He put his hand under his back and he said something very loud. And when he said that something very loud, my soul shook. I thought, what is this guy? What is she saying? What is he saying? And then right after that, I saw that my son got up. So when Ja'far Mujtahidi went out, right, Ja'far Mujtahidi went out, the Dr. Tabatabai says, I went and followed him. I said, Doctor said to him, he said, Sheikh Ja'far, what did you say? What was that final thing that you said? He said, I said, Ya Ali, Karish Tamam Shud. He said his entire thing was finished. All I needed to say was, Ya Ali. His aqidah was in Imam Ali. Why? Because the Prophet of God himself said, Nadi aliyan madhar al-ajaib. Don't ever forget the power of that man who's been there, who is the savior of the prophets. Look, I wish I had time to go into it. But whenever a prophet was, let me give you a, now that we're on it, if you don't mind me going a bit over time, recite a salawat. I'll give you the reference. Allama Mustambit and Al-Qatra narrates, the same tradition is also found in Masharaq al-Anwar, and is found also, you can find in Basair. So basically, the tradition goes like this.